We're celebrating 53 years of the annual Youth Classical Concert. And of course, it's in a significant year as we mark 30 years of democracy here in South Africa. 13 successfully auditioned to perform with the Cape Town Philharmonic Orchestra tomorrow evening at 7:30. It's a prestigious annual event, and if you have not been, and I've been to a few of them, please do yourself a favor and get a ticket and just be inspired by what young people are doing. There'll be 3 sopranos and 1 baritone. There'll also be soloists performing on a wide range of instruments, including piano, violin, clarinet, cello, and accordion. And the 20-year-old who'd be playing is Lauren Ellis, and we'll introduce you to him in a moment. And of course, joining us is the Senior Manager for Communication and Brand Management at Artscape, Simone Herodine. Simone, this is an important event and competition to the Artscape, is it not? Good morning.
Good morning. It is an important event and competition to, not specifically competition. I can't get to, for lack of a better word, but it's not as if they're competing for a prize, but yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. But for Artscape and as well as for the Cape Town Philharmonic Orchestra and for orchestral music, symphony music and youth empowerment in general, especially celebrating it in the 30th of democracy and the 53rd Youth Classical Concert. It was called the Western Cape Youth Classical Festival beforehand when it started out in 1971 when the building then known as the Nico Malan also opened. But it is phenomenal because it's also a platform that have seen so many of these youth classical concert participants actually launch them to an international and professional career, including Levi Sekgapani that won the 2017 Operalia prize. I think it was held in Moscow, if I'm not mistaken. And then we've got our very own resident CPO conductor, Brandon Phillips, that used to be what was a participant, as well as artistic director of Cape Town Opera at the moment, Magdalene Murar. So it's, we've got the proof that with a concert such as this and a platform such as this, it is towards youth empowerment, which is part of Artscape's ethos as well.
Does it not surprise you that year in, year out, we continue to attract incredible talent who are choosing not popular music, not amapiano, not all the other things that would probably get them fame and fortune much quicker than the incredible discipline that's required for this art form, that yet they produce at the quality that they do?
Absolutely. And I mean, the perseverance that they have, and people like that's gone on to become professional, performing internationally in Europe. Not that international is better. Unfortunately, they have to perform there because there's just more opportunities.
They've got capacity.
Yeah,
they've got capacity. I mean, many, I was in Vienna not too long ago, and they've got 4 state opera companies, all in the same city, and the expression of culture there is so evident. I wish we could have more opportunities for them.
Absolutely.
Now, Lauren, you're 20 years old. How in heaven's name did you get to pick up the accordion for the first time? Good morning.
Good morning. The accordion is a very unusual instrument for a young person to play in South Africa, especially for a classical accordion. But my journey with the accordion began with my grandmother. She grew up in rural northern Italy, peasant Italy after the Second World War, and the accordion played a big role in village life. And she immigrated here in the 1950s and 60s, came to Pretoria, and she'd go back to Italy every now and then and really wanted one of her kids to play the accordion. One year brought back an accordion, and my sister played piano and I played violin at the time, and my mother walked into the living room one day to see my sister playing the keyboard and me pulling the bellows, and she thought, no, something has to happen with this instrument. So she looked for a local teacher and found Sadro Zampoli, the accordion virtuoso in South Africa, a phenomenal musician. And I started lessons with him, and my journey began.
And was it a fairly easy transition from the violin to the accordion? Easy in the sense that you already had a passion for classical music, so therefore picking up a different instrument was not going to be too much of a fuss, for lack of a better word.
Technically, they're completely different, but musically, music translates. And I had the musical ability and skills gotten from violin. I'd only been playing violin for 2 years, so it wasn't terribly different, but I've just enjoyed accordion so much more.
How heavy is it? Because it's quite, it is, as you said earlier, primarily a wind instrument. You might have piano sort of keys to the one side of the accordion, but it is a wind instrument. How heavy is it?
My one that I'll be playing on Saturday is 14 kilograms, and they generally range from 9 to 17, some of the really big ones. My accordion teacher is getting on in the years now and has chosen to play on some lighter accordions now. But the young kids can sometimes play on these heavy instruments, and they're more powerful because they have heavier reeds and are better manufactured. Sometimes the wood makes a difference, so they'll use a heavier wood. It really depends, but 14 kilograms. Yeah.
Yours has what, maybe 3 or 4 more keys than what I would normally see. Why? What's the significance? What does it do to your playability?
So the range of my piano accordion, I should specify I play piano accordion and not button accordion.
What's the difference?
The difference. So both have the exact same left hand, but the right hand is completely different. So mine has a piano keyboard on the right hand with 44 keys. A button accordion has buttons, all just buttons. So in the space that I can fit 1 key, they can fit 3 buttons, actually 5 buttons, but since the notes repeat, it's the equivalent of 3 notes.
Yeah.
So the button accordion has a much larger range, and my piano accordion has 3 notes more than the standard piano accordion, and that is all just to get closer to the range of the button accordion, because a lot of the repertoire we play is from the button accordion. So in order to play it, we need that extra range. And if I play on another accordion that I've got, it just doesn't have the range. So I'll play a piece and then just run out of notes on the one side of the keyboard.
Which is quite cool. What are you playing tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm playing a work I wrote myself, Fantasy for Accordion and Orchestra.
You wrote this yourself?
I did, yes. I'm a composition student.
Wait a minute. So a lot of the artists and the soloists tomorrow are going to be performing work often that was written 200 years ago. In 2024, what is a 20-year-old writing about for the accordion?
My eventual goal for the accordion is to develop it in South Africa. And a lot of the accordion concertos are still under copyright. And I just tried to blend these two elements and, write something myself. And since I'm a composition student and also love writing for orchestra, it was a perfect mashup. I love the accordion. I love to play fun music. I just wanted to express that in my own playing, and the best way I could think to do that was to write my own work.
Well, the proof is in the pudding. In a moment, we'll get you a chance to strap it on and play us a teaser, a taste. Of course, all of this taking place at the Artscape tomorrow evening at 7:30. It's the 53rd edition of the annual Youth Classic Concert. If you have not bought your tickets yet, please do. We'll hear from Lauren after this. Well, this is a new composition, Fantasy for Accordion and Orchestra in D major, penned by the 20-year-old Lauren Ellis, who will be part of the 53rd edition of the Youth Classical Concert, which is taking place at Artscape tomorrow. Lauren, over to you. That is magical. That is just a snippet. And even in that 1 minute, you're literally giving us a sense of what it will feel like. That with a full Cape Philharmonic Orchestra behind you. It's going to be magical, is it not?
100%.
100%. Simone, do you still have some tickets available for tomorrow?
There are still some tickets available, and I think he's just sold out the entire concert with that performance.
I hope so.
At Web Tickets.
At Web Tickets
or our Artscape dialer seat.
The concert is at 7:30 tomorrow. It's a 53rd edition of the annual Youth Classical Concert. Go and hear Lauren Ellis, who plays the accordion. He's only 20 years old and has composed that along 12 other finalists and singers and performers, rather. It is a concert. It's not a competition, Africa. Please have a wonderful, wonderful evening tomorrow.